On May 22, 2013, the most devastating crime happened. It all started when a 911 call was placed in Palmdale, California. In the 911 call, Pearl Fernandez said her 8-year-old son, Gabriel Fernandez, was not breathing. The first responders told her to start CPR and to not stop, but they arrived and neither Pearl nor her boyfriend, Isaro, were giving him CPR. Their child was naked on the ground, beaten and bruised, and all Isaro could say was that Gabriel was gay. They took Gabriel away in an ambulance to try and save him, and all Pearl was worried about was if her cats were going to be okay because they couldn't get locked up in a crate. No parent would react so calmly to their child being on the verge of death. This is where the suspicion of the situation becomes unbearable. Immediately, everybody on the inside of this case knew it was Pearl Fernandez, Gabriel's mother, and her boyfriend Isaro Aguirre, who killed the innocent 8-year-old child. The information that comes next is so bone-chilling you will not be able to comprehend it. Gabriel was in a coma in the hospital and died there. His autopsy was done right after and took over 2 days to complete because of all of the trauma on his body. Normal autopsies usually take between 2 to 4 hours. 2 days is abnormally long. The autopsy showed that Gabriel had endured months of abuse. His list of trauma was extensive. The only contents in his stomach was cat litter, no food. He also had no fat stores, which shows they starved him. They found he was shot in the face and other areas of his body with a BB gun. He also had a brain bleed, multiple rib fractures, a broken skull, missing teeth, burn marks, and bruises. They also found that they had been forcing him to sleep in a small little closet chest. This event is unspeakably horrible, but who is to blame? In the months preceding his death, Fernandez showed his injuries or reported abuse to a security guard, family members, and a teacher, which led to several calls to social services to no avail. The Department of Children and Family Services knew about the abuse and did absolutely nothing. They didn't pursue the case because they didn't want to work overtime. Pearl Fernandez and Isaro Aguirre were found guilty of Gabriel's murder. His own mother, who Gabriel loved, beat him so badly that he died. But are DCFS, the social workers, the police department, and extended family to blame also? 2 social workers and their 2 supervisors were fired and charged with child abuse and falsifying public records. The unprecedented charges held significant consequences, including up to 11 years in prison. However, these charges were ultimately dismissed by California's 2nd District Court of Appeal for lack of probable cause. Pearl and Isaro are in jail and rightfully deserve it, but there is still a dilemma present if people should get in trouble for not intervening when they were aware of the situation. They should get in trouble because they were not doing their jobs correctly, but if not doing your job correctly can lead to a murder, are you responsible for the murder? Clearly, they are partially responsible for not stopping it. But should it be punishable by prison? This problem happens frequently in the world of DCFS. There have been many articles stating the corruption of the organization. There is nothing stated in law, and it usually does not warrant a probable cause, but maybe it should. It is a hard balance because each social worker balances so many cases and doesn't have enough time or resources to devote the necessary time. Which brings up another dilemma of maybe it is the system of DCFS at fault in addition to the individual social workers. This is an important problem that has never been solved. I urge you to analyze the situation and really think about it. We can all agree that this is a horrible tragedy. We should all be aware of how the system functions because sometimes there is corruption. It's helpful to know all of the information so we can help in every way we can. If you ever do witness a situation, report it to everyone. DCFS, social workers, the police, family members, and anyone involved. Don't be a bystander. It could save a life. Thank you.